JFK assassination records, which were set to be released this year due to President Biden, will be going back into the archives. That's a Oliver Stone joke for those of you who've seen the movie. In a statement on Friday, the White House announced that long classified documents regarding the assassination of former President John F. Kennedy, quote, shall be withheld from full public disclosure until December 15th, 2022. So about 14 months. 59 years after Kennedy was killed in Dallas, Texas. According to CBS News, despite federal law that mandates all records on the event, quote, should be eventually disclosed to enable the public to become fully informed about the history surrounding the assassination, Biden said the federal archivist, needs one more year to make appropriate redactions to minimize, quote, identifiable harm. While former President Donald Trump released several thousand pages of files under the President John F. Kennedy Assassination Records Collection Act of 1992, which I will now call the JFK Act for the remainder of this broadcast, because ain't nobody got time for that. Trump did hold back some other documents citing some national security concerns. And according to a statement last Friday from President Biden, the federal government has been reviewing these redactions for 3 years, since 2018. They apparently need still more time because it's the Biden administration, I guess. And, you know, were we expecting them to be on time with this? I don't know why we would have done that. The so-called JFK Act required the release of these documents within 25 years of the act becoming law, which was, of course, 29 years ago tomorrow. So we are 4 years behind in our homework. However, the act allowed a postponement of some record releases if it remains necessary, quote, to protect against an identifiable harm to the military defense, intelligence operations, law enforcement, or the conduct of foreign relations that is of such gravity that it outweighs the public interest in disclosure, unquote. That, of course, gives rise to a very important question. Whether you're a conspiracy theorist, a history buff, or just someone who thinks transparency in government is cool, what could possibly be in these documents 59 years later, or 58 years later, 59 years next year, after the assassination that could produce, quote, an identifiable harm to the military defense, intelligence operations, law enforcement, or the conduct of foreign relations at this late date? We're talking about events from 1963 here, before any of us were born. That's even before I was born. I was born a long time ago. Maybe we will get an answer to that question in 14 months. Maybe we will not. In the meantime, gentlemen, what do you think the chances are that the Biden administration actually hits this new self-imposed deadline of December 15th, 2022 for the release of these documents? Michael?
Well, the Biden administration doesn't do very good with deadlines. I think we know that that's true. So
at least
far.
they didn't blame Trump for creating this new deadline. That's a step in the right direction.
Give him time.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Give
true.
him time.
Yeah, and when they do meet a deadline, that could sometimes be even worse.
Yeah, we've seen that happen.
What we saw with Afghanistan. So no, I don't think they're going to hit that deadline. If they do hit it, I think they're just going to release like a page that's still fully redacted and say, "Oh, see, we hit the deadline."
Yeah, they did say that there may be some documents this December 15th that they would be able to release. They didn't make any promises about that. Caleb, what do you think? Are we going to see finally the bottom of this by the end of next year?
Maybe. I think part of the reason I think they're holding on to this is because this will be a great way to distract the media cycle in the event that they need one down the road.
Yeah.
If something catastrophic happens, which, knock on wood, nobody here wants that to happen. If something does go wrong and then all of a sudden they find themselves inside another media hurricane, like they've stumbled into over and over again over these 9-10 months, then, wow, all of a sudden they can magically drop these files out into the public and immediately change the narrative to talk about JFK. So that's, in my estimation, what they're doing.